Oh, hi. I was just, doing some light reading. Anyway, speaking of the struggles of working class, let's talk about the struggles of fitting 20 people inside of a singular car. Cons, we're gonna talk about cons. One of the earliest and most iconic examples of clowns were court jesters. You've seen them in movies and TV shows, and your dreams, or your nightmares, and they were a really important part of clown history. Not only were they professional rage baiters, they also be the ones to deliver bad news. They would distract enemies in battle, and sometimes they'd even act as an advisor to the king himself. Jesters are always portrayed in the media as having to constantly walk on eggshells to offend avoiding the king, but really jesters had kind of a lot of privilege. Besides being allowed to make fun of the king, they also were allowed to make fun of any other nobility. They were allowed to roast anyone else. Basically, if you saw a guy with a jingly hat skipping towards you gleefully, you knew that you were about to be absolutely destroyed on this fine Tuesday morning. Okay, let me explain. Besides jesters, a certain kind of Italian improv performance was the founding father of the clown. Commedia dell'arte. Commedia del farte. Oh, anyway, was a simple man-meet-woman defeat antagonist run off into the sunset together. The man in this case was called a Harley Quinn. He was witty, he was confident, he was hot, he was sexy, he was the perfect protagonist. Soon enough, though, it became apparent that having your only protagonist be this super cool and awesome guy with zero flaws wasn't very funny. So they added a new character, the Piero. The Piero was made as a foil to the Harley Quinn. He had pale white clothes, a gloomy demeanor, and most importantly, a lack of bitch. The Piero would always fall in love with the female lead, but of course, he would be no match for the hunky Harley Quinn. Although the history of the Piero and Harley Quinn isn't widely known, there's no doubt that they're one of the most iconic genres of clowns, as well as my favorite. I guess the good old days kind of became more and more of a popular kind of entertainment. The lack of television at this time meant there was no way to just sit on your couch and be entertained. You had to actually go outside and touch grass and see the circus. Most circuses traveled around, creating a massive entertainment business that literally employed thousands. But once TVs were invented, the popularity of clowns did not stop at all. Many old silent movies involved the art of clowning, but it didn't stop there even. Clowns became more apparent in our culture, appearing in cereal commercials, TV shows, and even, whatever McDonald's was doing at the time. Clowns began to branch out beyond the TV of the circus, performing at birthday parties or walking in parades. Clowns would bring joy to everyone around them, regardless of age. But that didn't last very long. Everything kinda got weird. There was no super clear, obvious one cause for this, but a couple things that definitely contributed to it. One of the biggest contenders of people's fear of clowns is a connection to a real-life killer clown, John Wayne Gacy, a serial killer who was active in the years between 1972 and 1978, taking over the lives of 30 young men. This one connection from clown to killer might have been the starting point of the fall of clowns. Another less terrifying possibility is the rise of clowns in horror movies, like It, Terrifier, 31, 32, and the best movie of all time, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Many of those were only watched by horror movie enthusiasts or people who just like watching a clown punch a guy's head off.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
The last cause was not something that was only seen by a couple million nerds, it was actually seen by everyone. In 2016, sightings of killer clowns began being reported all over America, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and even Australia, which I don't get, because I mean, come on, have you seen the things that live in Australia? And they're scared of, big shoes and, a squeaky nose. Anyway, the sightings grew and grew until it became almost mass hysteria. Places like schools where the craze spread like wildfire. Causing some events like school parades to be cancelled. No one was ever reported to have been killed during this craze, but I'm 100% sure that someone got kicked in the balls after trying to prank their friend by wearing a clown mask. Things have calmed down a little bit since then, but real non-killer clowns are still struggling to keep their jobs, even after all this time. Many clowns talk about how disappointed they are with the public's view of clowns, especially since being a clown is much, much more than putting on just makeup and face planting into a pie. It's actually a form of art. So that's the history of clowns. It's been a long 5 minutes, but here we are. As an aspiring clown myself, I hate to see the decline of our kind, but I guess that's just how the clown cookie crumbles. I mean, clowns haven't really been relevant since like 2016, so I mean...